Yo, is that a netherite chestplate? Oh my god.
In this video, I'm going to react to the fakest Minecraft speedruns in the world, and it gets even worse as the video goes on. This speedrunner spawns in and already has a bonus chest just in front of him. He loots it and makes his way into a village where he starts farming. I'm not actually sure he knows how to speedrun. He then finds an iron golem and decides to try and kill it. Seriously, he actually just made himself invincible so that the iron golem had no way of killing him. Again, while killing the iron golem, you can see that he is jumping, which would show he wants to do a critical hit, but he never actually manages to because he is swinging the axe way too fast. How is he so bad? The video is then cut to where you can clearly see that he's gone into survival, and once he opens his inventory, you can see exactly what he did. They run across some iron tools, as well as specifically 9 iron blocks, and then he spots a desert temple close by, and he goes to loot it. He must have actually forgot to put some OP stuff in there, because he makes a cut, and there is just a stack of diamonds in one of the chests. Surely he doesn't think that he's hidden that. And to top that off, he uses the iron blocks that he's crafted to tower up out of the desert temple. What a great use of resources. At this point, I think the runner just gives up because he starts giving himself some wood, beds, and also obsidian. And then he creates an unnecessary large nether portal and literally just starts to make it look nice. I've never seen someone in the speedrun try and design something quite like this.
That's pretty good.
And now I think the runner just got bored because he goes into creative and gives himself everything that he needs to get into the end. And then he just decides to design the end portal as well. Then it's done and it doesn't even work. So he just cuts the clip to where it says he has won the game. Yeah, I don't think it works like that. So this next speedrunner was a little kid playing on Bedrock Mobile. He starts off and instantly falls into this little hole, and as you can tell, he doesn't sound that excited. So he's obviously trying to act like he had just found it. He walks through this very menacing looking tunnel that then goes onto this hole. Okay, don't sound too scared. He's probably just recording this and doesn't want to wake up his parents. He then follows this path of lanterns to another hole. He opens the chest in there and there is some of the best stuff in the game. Yeah, this was really legit. But none of these speedruns have been as bad as this next one. He spawns in and finds a village just over the hill. He also grabs some sugarcane that will be very helpful later in the run. And then he gets some apples and potatoes in one of the chests. And then he gets similar things in another one. He grabs some hay bales and this is where the run takes a massive turn. The runner begins the usual thing of towering up and killing the iron golem. And once he kills it, he manages to get 18 iron ingots. Which, if you may have guessed, is way more than the maximum of 5 in the vanilla game. Using this iron, he crafts all of the tools he will need for this run because there is some very interesting things coming up. Like just after running out of the village, there is a horse with a saddle already on it. But that's not just it. He rides it for a while until he gets to a very weird area where he starts to do the 1-block mine strategy. He just digs straight through into another cave that comes out. Okay, yeah, there was no way that wasn't scripted into the speedrun. Inside of the chest, there was actually some very legit items that for sure would be in the original seed. But first, I want you guys to guess what happens next. A, he goes into creative. B, he cuts the video and comes back in the nether. Or C, he finds a hidden chest with full netherite armor. No, you're actually wrong. It was D.
Got him!
He jumps through the lava straight into the nether. But it was actually inside a blaze spawner. Really? He then kills some blazes. Oh no, why is he running away? And he goes straight to the specific block where he digs down into this one portal block to bring him to the end. And in the end, he now has maxed gear and just one-shots the dragon. That was horrendous. This next speedrunner spawns in and starts off getting some oak logs. He then makes a wooden pickaxe and digs for some cobblestone in this water. After making the stone pickaxe and a wooden sword, he kills some animals and okay, what is this? There is an iron tree that when you press the button on it, it blows up. This guy has to be joking, right? And then like 5 seconds later, he finds the exact same thing, but with netherite blocks instead. Yeah, surely this has to be a joke. Oh, but wait. He presses the button and it doesn't actually blow up the netherite like he thought it would. So he has to go and somehow find some diamonds to make a diamond pickaxe. He finds this very suspicious stone block that when mined shows this massive ladder going into no. But when you thought he was done, he then mines another stone block into another ladder that brings him to an even more fake room. But one thing I do want to know is, why is there just a single blaze when you can clearly see all the blaze rods in the item frames? The runner then grabs some diamonds from the very short supply of diamond blocks, and now we can finally go back to where the netherite tree was to grab all of it. Really? This guy spawns in a village, but it's already nighttime, so you can tell it's faked. But just trust me on this one, this speedrun is very weird. He chops down a tree inside of the village, and just look at that skin. Just amazing. He runs over to this totally not faked item frame and wooden plank, and then when broken, it leads straight into this lava pool. And yeah, he just forgot that he might need more hearts to survive that. Also, you can see he still has his items in his inventory, so he clearly has keep inventory on, which is definitely not allowed. After running for a while, he gets back to the place he died and drops down there again to find, okay, well, we already know this is faked, but come on. And now when he breaks this block of stone, of course a silverfish spawns in and kills him. This was actually really funny. And on his way back again, he dies for a 3rd time. I'm not sure if this was a joke or not, but if it wasn't, he's just terrible at Minecraft. Once spending the whole night trying to get back to where he was, he gets back to find in the chest some very OP stuff. But instead of taking all of that, he just runs straight over to this ruined portal portal that was already filled. Something that is very, very hard to find in your world. But he gets into the nether and dies again. The speedrunner has died way too much. And now it just gets even worse. He cuts the video to having all of the things he needs to get into the end. And then once he's there, he dies again. This guy really needs to work on getting better at Minecraft. This guy spawns into a village. A pretty generic speedrun spawn. But trust me, this one gets crazy. He loots a house to find some stuff and he finds... Wait, is that a go-kart? Okay, that was just terrible. The runner then manages to get a nether portal down and tries to get his go-kart into the portal. But since it didn't work, he just cuts the video to him being in the nether with a go-kart already in there. But now this is where it goes all over the place. He tries to find his way around the nether, but it doesn't actually work because everywhere was cut off. And he just crashes into the lava pool that was next to him, losing all of his stuff in the process. And now once in the end, he has a full-on supercar. He starts drifting around the end island. But he was going way too fast for him to handle as he just manages to fall off the end. That run was crazy. The next speedrun was really funny. He spawns in and gets some spruce logs. And then there is an immediate cut to where he's come back in survival and now has a ton of spruce wood in his inventory. He tries to make his way up to this massive floating island, but fails multiple times before he actually gets to the top. And then from the top of it, he can actually see a village in the distance. But on his way over there, he manages to take some fall damage that gets him down to half a heart. This village was actually pretty bad because he only manages to get some beds and some potatoes. He also gets some of the sweet berries that were around the village, and now he can heal himself up a bit. And now the run just takes a massive turn. He somehow makes his way into the nether and says his file corrupted, which definitely didn't happen. And you can also see that he's gone back into survival. Now, I want you guys to look around and see what he gave himself from the cut into the nether. Yeah, so he just gave himself some diamond tools and also a stack of gold. I don't think this was even close to being legit. The runner then trades with a few piglins to try and get some ender pearls. And then there's another cut to where now I think he has given up. He gave himself 16 eyes of ender, which will probably help him get to the end. And then once he's in the stronghold, he goes into the end and the dragon is already dead. Just never trust this guy with anything. This speedrunner spawns in a desert and then he runs straight into this village. He grabs some hay bales and wood and makes himself a wooden pickaxe. So far this looks pretty legit, but it gets much worse. He gets some stone and makes himself a stone axe and pickaxe to then go and kill the iron golem. But now he runs straight to a lava pool and attempts to try the speedrun nether portal tactic. But this just goes terribly. He finds another lava pool and does it correctly this time, but now the speedrun realizes he doesn't actually have any flint and steel. And now this just turns terribly. There is either just a cut or his friend just gave him the flint and steel because now when he runs up to the nether portal he can light it. And then in the nether, the runner is on a very high ledge and you may think he just wants to go down, but no, he just jumps off and doesn't take any fall damage at all. This has to be one of the worst ones so far. He also gets to a bastion where he dies and then the video cuts, but I'm not sure if this should even be an attempt. It went on. This final guy spawns in and wait, that's me. If you want to watch another one of my fake speedrun videos, click this one on the screen right now. You'll enjoy it.